All right, guys, I'm pulling into the last field here of soybeans for the crop year 2023. I just moved the combine down here earlier, 30 minutes ago. My dad came and picked me up and gave me a ride back to my truck and the header, trailer and header. So I'm gonna try to cut out a spot here. So yeah, combine's sitting here. Oh yeah, a tree fell out in the field. Get to take care of that at some point. Guess the neighbor cut out a hole to get through here that has a little easement to get through here. But anyways, here's the combine. I'm gonna try to pull up close enough here to line up. That sometimes can get difficult because you're not real sure how far to pull up. But so anyways, we will try this one. Let's see how close we are. You know, it could be worse, but I think I need to pull up just a little bit more. About 3 or 4 feet. I'd say right about there. Perfect. It's pretty well lined up, as you can see. Pretty close enough. So now I have to unstrap it, and then we'll go ahead and hook up. Living a dream. I am combining the last field of 2023. I hope to get finished. I just have probably 3 or 4 acres left, maybe 5. Not much. These beans did get underwater, and that is what they're yielding. Which is not the greatest at all. Pretty much all these beans in this bottom along the Crooked Creek is what it is. They got underwater, or a lot of them did, on the lowland especially. So instead of leaving them in the field for the deer or whatever else, I'm gonna go ahead and pick them up to hopefully be able to sell them. The truck is full pretty much, and I hope to finish this field without having to dump the combine. Even though I love emptying the combine, I just hope to be done with it. So this right here is what we have left. And sorry, no, the windshield is not clean. It hasn't been cleaned. I usually wait till the end for that at this point. So yeah, we're just about done. There's actually a spot up here, the old railroad levee went through that side of the field. Back in the day, a railroad track was used, and it looks like the creek has blowed out a spot in that railroad levee, the railroad track. Blew some rock out in the field here. It's not a lot. It's probably a half a dump truck load or so. Not too much. Enough to need to fix. So yeah, when I get done with this field and get a little time, I will have to get the skid steer over here and push that back out of the field. Like I said, it's not a lot. It's some. So yeah, that's the plan. It's, again, dusty. Dusty as it can be. I hope to be done today with harvest and put it behind us. So anyhow, that's the plan. we will see you all later, and just want to let you know that I am still living a dream. Well, there's one pass left for the year. Not a very pretty pass. I've combined it, and that essentially was the last little bit, and this just started going off, so the combine is full. So I'm going to make a little pass through here, cut these beans, and pigweed also, and water hemp. That stuff is awful. Cannot hardly farm anymore without having those weeds causing some issue throughout the year. Seems like every year it gets worse and worse and worse. The chemicals that we're using, some of them work all right, some of them don't. I actually sprayed these pigweed, water hemp with Liberty, a pretty good dose of Liberty chemical, when they were just probably a little over knee high. The beans were a little shorter than they are now, and it just knocked the tops out of them and killed the tops of the weeds, but it did not kill the whole plant. Pigweed, well, Liberty actually is a contact killer, and you have to spray essentially the whole plant or the majority of the plant to kill it, and I was unable to do that just because the soybeans were too tall. This spot right through here, all along, this is a ditch that runs through here. That spot, or this spot, is usually wet throughout the year, and that's why the pigweed does a great job surviving in that area, because it likes wetter ground. Well, I think the wetter ground is actually not the reason. The reason is the wetter ground creates a little bit more space between the soybeans, because not all the soybeans survive, coming up through the wet ground, and that creates more of a more sunlight to get down to the dirt to allow the weeds to grow. So I would like to put some drain tile in this field. I would like to grade part of it to level it off so it will drain better, and then put some drain tile through it. But unfortunately, that right there is a sign that indicates a natural gas pipeline through here. There's about 3, and we're going to call this finished for 2023. There's 3 main pipeline pipes that run through this farm. I believe they put it back in the 50s or 60s. And it's about 60 inches deep, or 50 inches deep. That's what I can remember being told. When we bought this farm, the ditches here were all grown up with trees and brush. And we ended up spending about 2 weeks, had some contractors come in and to help clear it. Now I'm going to try to cross this ditch. See, as you can see, there's not much space, not much room for air in some of these places that we have to get across. So my tire is going to be hitting that concrete culvert just a little bit. The front is not what I'm worried about. I'm more worried about the back dropping off in that hole, or dropping off in the ditch rather. Anyways, the pipeline was put in 50s and 60s from what I was told. Anyways, back to the question about, or the comment about clearing the trees. When we were out here clearing the trees, we had to call Dig Right in order to do that, because we were going to be digging up stumps. And long story short, the gas pipeline people, which is Kinder Morgan's the company, they had to set out here pretty much from daylight till dark, or at least when we were out here clearing this ground, which I can understand. They want to protect themselves, or protect the pipeline, and also us. If we were to get a little too crazy, a little too deep, then it could have been a bad day for everybody. Okay, there's a sign right there, and there's two more right there. Those are the lines, pipelines. They stretch from here, I know, all the way down to Texas. I believe they go all the way to Chicago, but I'm not 100% sure where the pipeline ends. They just did a remanufacturing, or not remanufacturing, a remodel, if you want to call it that, of the pipeline system to be able to take gas south instead of just north. It was always coming out of the Gulf area or Texas area, taking gas to the north to distribute to people who need it, whether it is households, businesses, or whatever it may be. But since they found so much gas in Pennsylvania, Ohio, in the Marcellus Shelf formation up in that area, they have been able to revamp the system to pump gas the opposite way, which is really cool to think about. I would hate to know how many millions of dollars they spent on that to make the pipes, or the gas go the other way, but I know they spent a lot of money on that. We actually have a pipeline, we call it a gas pipeline substation, near our grain bins, and the thing has some big engines in there that push gas either direction, north or south now, and the pistons are about the size of a 55-gallon drum. Yeah, maybe not 55 gallon, maybe a 30-gallon drum. They're massive pistons that power these motors, and I guess they run off natural gas. I've never been in there to see it, but kind of a cool deal. Have that in their backyard. But Kinder Morgan does not own the gas. They just get paid to pump the gas. I guess it depends on how much CFM or gallons. I don't know how they figure it. They get paid on how much they pump. So now if they're pumping the other way, shoot, they may be making twice as much money. This truck is almost full. I thought it was full, but it actually could use a little bit to fill it up. And I think I'm going to have that full here in a second. So I will have to go dump this load in the bin. And yeah, this is it for 2023. I will be done with soybeans, and actually all of my crop. It's kind of a make you feel good feeling when you do get finished for the year. Unfortunately, this year for me and for a lot of people around here is going to be a low harvest year, just for the sheer fact of most of the crop got underwater and destroyed a lot of it. Not going to be doing a lot harvesting in this area. I lost essentially around 500 to 550 acres of crop, which adds up quite a bit when you're talking, you're at the end of the production of the beans. So I've sprayed it twice, got the fertilizers out, the time, the effort, the planning, all that gone. So there's always next year. I'm going to unhook this header on this header trailer, hopefully clean off all the equipment and put it away in the storage and get ready for next year. Should be and hopefully is a different year when it comes to the crop year. All right, guys, just want to let you know I'm still living a dream.